All across the world, in Mexico, parts of Asia, parts of India, and even in Africa, they always have what is called a Day of the Dead, the Day of the Ancestors, the underworld, the hollow earth. It's talking about a realm in literally another dimension, the ancestral realm. Every culture has a Day of the Dead or Hallows Eve. That's the European form of the Day of the Dead. The practitioners keep up tradition, although the real meaning could be lost. Then other cultures come in, and because they don't know the real meaning, they all relegate all this stuff into evil. So this is a very important day behind the lines in the particular aspect that we honor the realm, the ancestral realm. It's not based on Christianity. 98% of everything that we call evil is basically a misunderstanding based on time and historical ignorance. You would have a certain tradition, and everybody would know the meaning. Sometimes thousands of years would pass, generations that would come in and not understanding the original meaning of something. What is the meaning of the skull that you see, or a skeleton with bones? The ancients used to pay homage to the ancestors. An ancestor is someone that is no longer living. The bones represent the physical decayed body, a symbol just for ancestors. It's as simple as that. But the spookism comes in it, and then we get Hollywood and we get all this taboo mythology. True spirituality is tracking the spiritual realm that is unseen and manipulating the forces to bring about results in the physical. The preacher talks about having faith in the unseen, and the only reason why you have to have faith is because you don't have education in it. You don't have gnosis, knowledge in it. Halloween and these festivals, this is a national form or a European form of the festivals that you would have in South America, in the Caribbean, in New Orleans, where they have festivals, they have the carnival, they have a Day of the Dead. And then you have All Saints Day the next day. All this stuff can reach back to Africa and the ancient civilizations. All of this stuff is nothing but American version of the carnival that's watered down into ye mamby-pamby, going out and getting candy so the American psyche can take it. The American psyche can't take anything out of religion. It keeps your evolution into spirituality and understanding the universe into a retarded state.
Day of the Dead dates back to pre-Columbian, pre-Hispanic indigenous traditions in Mexico. The Aztecs, as they conquered people, incorporated their traditions into the Aztec pantheon. So we know that these are borrowings from Mesoamerican peoples. So one of the questions is why these dates? October 31st, November 1st, November 2nd. It is because that the ancient calendar, the ancient sacred calendar, these are what are known as cross-quarter days. They fall exactly between fall equinox and winter solstice. So this is exactly the midpoint. And it is understood by ancient peoples that this is the moment when the veil that separates the world of the living and the world of the dead is at its thinnest. What's interesting, of course, is that it's not unique only to Mexico, this moment of linking back to ancestors. So it happens that in Japan, in Shinto traditions, it's Obon. In Celtic traditions, it's Samain. As the sun is losing the battle and the night is gaining, it's universally felt that this is the resurgence of the domain of the dead and our ancestors.
You must understand the history of real spirituality. Real spirituality is a combination of an educational system put together in Atlantis, Lemuria, which is nothing but different planes of the existence of the earth until we get into the physical aspect. And Africa happens to be a form of the physical aspect, but it wasn't necessarily the first, because the first civilization was, in fact, all of the earth that had all one landmass, because at one time the earth was connected and we had one landmass. One landmass, one people. When ancient Egypt comes into being, it's going to be a monumental state, a state of recording vast storehouses of knowledge and information. We were already at our fallen state. We were on our decline. When we were here, if not thousands of years, millions of years. That's the first thing. Number two, we did not come from apes. That is a European concept. We are responsible for history and knowledge on this planet. The ancient indigenous black person around the earth. that we know now is only a fragment of what they knew then.